Hi everyone, it's Miss Yule. In this video, I'm going to do two examples of finding the missing height in a cylinder and in a cone. So the first example says a cylinder has a volume of 72 pi cubic inches. If the radius is 3 inches, what is the height? So when we're working with these types of problems, the first thing you do is write the formula. So the formula for the volume of a cylinder is V, or volume, equals pi times the radius squared times the height. So pi r squared h. And now we take our values that were given and we substitute them into the formula. So the volume is 72 pi. So that's the first thing I write. I'm going to write over here. 72 pi. And the radius is 3 inches. So we have equals pi times the radius, which is 3. So I'm going to substitute the r with a 3 squared. And we don't know what h is. So h is what we're trying to solve for. So now we need to solve this equation for h. The first thing that I'm going to do is use inverse operations to get rid of the pi, okay? So we have a pi on both sides of this equation. So if I divide the right side by pi, and I divide the left side by pi, let's see what happens. So these pi's cancel out because pi over pi, or anything over itself, equals 1. And anything over itself equals 1 again. So pi over pi equals 1, and they cross out. So now what am I left with? I'm left with 72 equals 3 squared. We know that 3 squared equals 9, and then h, so times h. So now I just need to solve for h. Divide both sides by 9, since that's the inverse of multiplication. And 72 divided by 9 is 8. So my 9's cross out, and we're left with h. So h equals 8, or the height equals 8 inches. Now in the next example, we're going to find the height of a cone with the volume of 150 inches cubed and a radius of 10 inches. And this problem says to use 3.14 for pi. So we're going to substitute the pi with 3.14. So the volume of a cone, volume equals 1/3 times pi times r squared times h. So we're going to substitute the values that we know. We know that V, or the volume, equals 150, 1/3. We're going to use 3.14 for pi. So instead of writing the pi symbol, I'm going to write 3.14. And the radius, or r, is 10. Then we're going to square that. And h is what we don't know, so we're going to solve for h. All right. The first thing that I'm going to do in this problem is kind of get rid of the fraction. I don't want to have to work with a fraction right now. So what I'm going to do is multiply both sides of my equation by 3. Multiply by 3, multiply by 3. Because 1/3, or 1/3, is the inverse of regular 3, just 3. 1/3 times 3 equals 1. So now my 1/3 and this 3 cross each other out, and I'm left with 3 times 150, which equals 450. And now I'm going to do, or I'll just rewrite this, 3.14. 10 squared, that's one that I know right off the top of my head, is 100. So I'm going to multiply by 100. And then I still need to solve for h. So 450, I'm going to simplify the right side. 3.14 times 100 is 314 times h. I'm not going to do color. And now, just to get h by itself, divide both sides of the equation by 314, our inverse operation. And I'm going to need to pull up my calculator for this one. So 450 divided by 314 equals 1.43. We'll round it to 1.43. So H equals 1.43. What was it? Feet? We had to look back at the problem. Feet. 1.43 feet. Yay! So it's really important when you're solving equations and you're trying to solve for a missing value, you just take it one step at a time, use inverse operations, substitution, and just take it one step at a time. Bye!